This Civic Media podcast is sponsored by UW Organ and Tissue Donation. Organ donations are desperately needed, and now is the right time to become an organ donor. Talk to your family. Get the dot. Save lives. Go to heroicdeed.com.
This is your WLCX Daily News Roundup for the Eagle 1490 AM in La Crosse.
For AM 1490 WLCX, I'm Jimmy Kuska. La Crosse will welcome its second candidate for mayor today. Local realtor Ellie McLoone is announcing her campaign to run for the office currently held by Mitch Reynolds, who has not yet announced whether he will run for re-election. McLoone said that she will work on policies that help attract young families and businesses to La Crosse, criticizing city leadership for, quote, allowing significant problems to linger and worsen. Community leader Shondell Washington Spivey announced he is running for mayor last month. Today, the Wisconsin Supreme Court will hold a hearing over whether Wisconsin Elections Commission Administrator Megan Wolf should be allowed to keep her job. Last year, Wisconsin Republicans in the state Senate voted to fire her, a move that was found to have no legal effect. A Dane County Circuit Court judge said that Wolf was legally serving her role as administrator since the Wisconsin Elections Commission didn't have a majority vote to appoint her. A ruling on the case won't happen for at least several weeks. Wisconsin's elections continue to be attacked by misinformation about the vote counting process and the security of equipment used on Election Day. With more, here's Tricia Young from Wisconsin Watch.
Milwaukee's ballot tabulation machines are not connected to the internet. For years, Milwaukee has used flash drives to transmit results. These drives are cleared, sealed, and certified by observers, including a Democrat and a Republican. On Election Day, officials briefly restarted the absentee ballot count after an observer noticed panel doors weren't fully closed. No signs of tampering were found. I'm Tricia Young for Wisconsin Watch. Learn more at wisconsinwatch.org.
Conspiracy theories about ballot counts continue to persist in the weeks following the presidential election as votes continue to be counted and canvassed. After falling for several weeks, the state's average price for a gallon of gas rose slightly last week. With more, here's Civic Media's Melissa Kay.
Average gas prices rose slightly last week with a 1.7 cent bump. The average across the state is $2.83 today. This is 14 cents lower than a month ago and over 19 cents lower than this time last year. According to officials at Gas Buddy, the slight rise is to be expected after the significant drop in prices for several weeks. Several states saw gas prices jump or cycle last week. They will likely see prices decline at the pumps this week. The national average could potentially fall below $3 per gallon just before Thanksgiving. I'm Melissa Kay, Civic Media News.
Here in La Crosse, the average price remains $2.76 per gallon, which it has stayed close to since October 29th. Gas was last over $3 a gallon exactly 1 month ago here. School districts across the state are dealing with staffing shortages. With more on how that's being addressed here in Wisconsin, here's Civic Media's Stuart J. Waddles.
In response to a growing teacher shortage, Governor Tony Evers has added to a grant program. $1 million is going to nonprofits to boost the state's educational workforce. The funds will support local organizations in their efforts to identify, prepare, and certify new teachers for Wisconsin's classrooms. The move comes as the state deals with a surge in teacher turnover, mirroring a national trend.
As of this morning, on the Wisconsin Education Career Access Network, there are over 900 openings in the state for teaching positions. The CDC and World Health Organization are warning against spiking levels of measles worldwide as well as here in the U.S. The largely preventable and highly contagious disease has had 266 confirmed cases in the U.S. so far this year. Last year, worldwide, there was a 60% increase in measles cases as misinformation about vaccine safety led to declines in vaccination rates. In the U.S., vaccination rates fell to 92.7% for the 2023-24 school year among kindergartners. Over 100,000 people, mostly children, died last year from measles worldwide. You can take Civic Media with you anywhere you go. Download the free Civic Media app on your device's app store or at civicmedia.us/app. From the Western Wisconsin Civic Media Newsroom, I'm Jimmy Kuska for AM 1490 WLCX and lacrosseeagle.com.
Badgers fire a coach. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. After just 2 years, the Badgers fired offensive coordinator Phil Longo. Wisconsin losing at home to Oregon Saturday, 16-3. Head coach Luke Fickell.
There's a lot of things that you can, kind of point a finger at. Obviously, it's easiest to talk about the quarterback position, but I just think as a whole, there's just so many of those things that we just got to get better at in order to put ourselves in a position where it's not all on the shoulders of a quarterback.
NFL, the Packers with a dramatic 20-19 win over the Bears after Green Bay defensive lineman Carl Brooks blocked Chicago's attempt to kick the winning field goal.
I'm visualizing myself block the kick. I just wanted it more. I just fired off the ball. To be honest, I ain't seen nothing. They ran the same formation, and I just got penetration and just wanted it more. Got a hand up.
The NBA has fined the Bucks' Doc Rivers $25,000 after complaining about a controversial call by the refs in their loss to Charlotte.
I thought the final play was the ref blowing a call. This is back-to-back games now.
That's the Bucks' Doc Rivers with Sports. I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. If you're looking for big savings and comfort this holiday season, you can buy Oprah's favorite sheets and PJs for up to 30% off. Her favorite pajamas have been marked down from $230 to just $160 buku Dolores. It isn't cheap, but who doesn't want to go to bed feeling like Oprah Winfrey? HBO's wildly popular The Last of Us broke records for viewership on the streamer. Season 2 of the post-apocalyptic show will drop in spring of 2025, according to HBO chairman Casey Bloys. The Last of Us is based on the popular video game of the same title. The show stars Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, who will both return for the second season. Ramsey teased that the second season will be even darker than the first. If you're a Pascal fan and can't wait until spring of 2025 to watch him on screen, check him out in Gladiator 2, which opens November 22nd. The 2025 Oscars have made their choice for an MC, and his name is Conan O'Brien. The gangly, awkward, but hilarious O'Brien follows Jimmy Kimmel, who hosted the event the last 2 years and a total of 4 times. The Academy calls O'Brien the perfect choice to lead their global celebration of film. Oscars ratings have slowly been building again after a dip about 5 years ago. O'Brien released this statement: "America demanded it, and now it's happening. Taco Bell's new cheesy chalupa supreme." In other news, I'm hosting the Oscars. It's official. Hollywood is officially out of original ideas. The show Friday Night Lights is getting a revisit, according to Variety. None of the original cast members are expected to return. The original show ran for 5 seasons from 2006 to 2011 on NBC. Before that, it was a movie that came out in 2004. The 2020s will be known as the age of the reboot and sequels. There's been lots of talk in the news lately about celebrity biopics. Some that make you go, really? Mariah Carey, however, has a great bio with many elements that would make an interesting drama. She had a toxic marriage to a record producer, has the most popular modern Christmas song ever, is loaded with grit and resilience, and seems to value privacy, unlike some other pop icons. Most importantly, when it comes to her career, she holds the record for the solo artist with the most #1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100. That's right, folks. She's got more #1 hits than Elvis. Director Lee Daniels hinted at the possible film on social media, which would be based on the 2020 book about Carey titled The Meaning of Mariah Carey. Staying in the world of biopics, Boyz II Men is also working on a film about their 30-year career. The influential R&B group with hits like It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday and End of the Road are 4-time Grammy winners. There is no release date at this time. For more showbiz fun, tune into Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Becoming mostly cloudy this afternoon with rain developing later today, and there could be some heavy rain with a half-inch to an inch of rain possible late today, tonight, into early tomorrow. Our high today, 53, will drop into the mid-40s tonight. Rain ending windy tomorrow with a high in the upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Outside now, it's 33.
That's your WLCX Daily News Roundup from Civic Media. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts. Find more news at lacrosseeagle.com. The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.